What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine, I think Tuesday? Haha. But anyways, I just want to share something with you guys. Like you guys know, I've been working on this Kia. I wanted it out of the garage 2 weekends ago, but I ended up getting sick real bad, and I was down for a week. And I'm still not over it, but I got the strength now and able to get out to the garage since I'm off this week and work on this guy here. So last time you guys knew, I was working on the gas tank. Well, we got the gas lines all hooked up. Got everything. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Got all the lines hooked up. Let me see if I can get some light here. Let's try to get a light going here. So while I'm trying to plug my light in, so I ended up. I'm gonna lay my phone down for a second. Ended up getting the lines hooked up on the gas tank. If you guys been following this somewhat build, it's a 2002 Kia Sportage four-wheel drive, 2-door, soft top. It's almost like a like a tracker almost, but it has the I think the 2.1 or 2.0 Mitsubishi Eclipse engine in it. Like I said, it's a 2002. The body was really rough on it, as you can tell. This spot here, we still need to be working. We'll get it worked on. It's all rusted out and stuff. The rocker panels were rusted out. Got some rocker panels on there. Same for over here. We got the rocker panels and everything put on. Now, to let you guys know, the rocker panels for this vehicle you cannot buy. The only thing you can buy is fenders, a hood, I think the bumper, and then the inner where you see that behind the seat belt there, that piece, you can buy all that and it goes around the whole door. You can buy that section, and you can buy the inner. You can't buy the wheel wells, so you got to patch those in. You can't buy those. So everything, and the gas tank, of course, is what I've been working on for a while. The gas tank, the only way you can get the original gas tank for this thing is if you go to a junkyard and cross your fingers. Hopefully you can find one of these sitting in a junkyard or a scrap yard, and hopefully nobody pulled the gas tank out of it. Now, where I live at in Ohio, there are 3 scrap yards, pick and pulls, located around me. Far enough, it's not far to drive. It's only like 45 minutes, the farthest I would drive to go get one. I'm not going to travel all over Ohio to try to find one and all that stuff. So, what I did is I ordered a gas tank. And when I ordered it, and I read everything on it, and it said it will fit a 2002 Kia Sportage, 4-wheel drive. Exactly what it said in the description. I bought it from a company out of, I think, California. Well, when I got it, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and throw it in. So I ended up putting it up in there, but I couldn't get it to fit. So the reason why I couldn't get it to fit is because the floor behind the passenger seat right here was literally on top of the gas tank, like seriously. And because the top of the gas tank sits higher than the original, as you can tell, see that bar right there? It runs across. See how close it sits to the gas tank? Okay, that bar, when I had the old gas tank in, I can put my whole hand underneath that bar. I can barely fit my finger underneath that bar, between the bar and the gas tank. So I called the company. I was like, hey, I think you guys sent me the wrong gas tank. I ordered a gas tank for a 2002 Kia Sportage. And you guys sent me the gas tank. The paperwork says it's to a Kia Sportage, but I went to go put it up underneath. It won't fit because it's touching the bottom of the floor. And he's like, okay, give me a few days, I get back with you. So he called me back, and he's a company. He sells gas tanks, he sells other car parts. He's a company, legit company. And he called back. He said that he cannot, it's the gas tank for this vehicle, but he cannot get the original gas tanks for a Kia, a 2002 Kia. The reason why is because they stopped making these vehicles, so they stopped making the gas tank. So what they did is this company, wherever he gets his new parts from, this company took a design from the gas tank, but the only thing that's different is they made the gas tank taller and a little bit longer. So the old gas tank is 2 inches shorter, or actually 1.75 inches shorter than this gas tank. So what I had to do is I literally cut the floor. And I did all the body work on this. Since you can't buy panels or anything for this, I could not find panels. I have searched everywhere. I couldn't find doors. I could not find the skin for a door. I couldn't. The only thing I could find is fender, a hood, headlights, tail lights. I think I can get a front and a rear bumper, and then your brake, your normal stuff, your brakes and calipers and all that stuff. I can get all that, but I could not get doors, and I could not get rocker panels. I cannot order quarter panels. I couldn't order any quarter panels or anything. I can order the soft top, but the soft top is $500. I did find a soft top. It will fit on top of this for $200, for like $284, I think it is, or $288, shipped to my door. So eventually I will order a soft top, but as of right now, just to get it out of my garage so I can drive it this winter, every part that I have worked on this vehicle with, including this new section here, all this here is all redone. It's all redone. And if you don't believe me, I still got a spray sealant in here. If you don't believe me, there's the weld marks around it. Like I said, I still got to spray the inside of the door, the sealant. As you can tell, there's some welds right there. So this section from here all the way there to about here is all new. Now what I'm trying to say is, even the rocker panels all the way across, I couldn't order them, so I had to make them. So what I'm saying is pretty much I had to make everything by hand. Now, when I started doing this, I had enough confidence in myself to cut the floor and build something where I can relocate the jack and move the jack up here, because that was my plan anyways, and then close that in. I'm going to close all that in, this hole, close that in, close all this in, close all the speaker holes in, close any hole that's here in, so water don't get down in there and rust, because it's going to be like a miniature pickup truck. We're putting the back glass in. Here's the back glass out of an S10. Once you pull the seal off, you can literally take angle iron and put in here, and it will go down about the bottom of that plastic over there. Put the angle iron in, put the window in, and it will fit perfectly inside of the groove that you see. See that groove right there that I'm pointing at? There's a lip right here, so right underneath there, this window will sit. And then underneath, it will be all sheet metaled in. And eventually you can pop that window out, pop the sheet metal out, and have it all open in the summertime, eventually. But as of right now, it's getting closed in. Same with all those holes. It's getting closed in. All that's getting closed in because the old top here was bad. So I took the old top off. It's all bad. So what I'm saying is I had enough confidence enough to cut the floor out, put the gas tank in. As you can tell, we got all the lines hooked up. Everything looks great. Now it's time to go get gas and put gas in it, get a battery for it, and take it for a test drive. So there's a couple ins and odds I have to do to button all this up right here. I got to get a piece of sheet metal to put there, the tack welded in. I got to put some metal down through there. I got to put a piece of sheet metal across the top and then close that hole in. And then, well, that hole is not getting closed in. It's just going to get screwed back down to the floor. So if I ever have to pull the fuel pump out, I can pull the fuel pump out. But anyways, that will be closed up. And so what I'm trying to say here, what I'm saying is if you put your mind to it, and me, I was always afraid to do fabrication work until I watched a show on YouTube called Bad Chad. When I watched him cut his cars up and putting stuff together and building them with his hands, I thought it was cool. I've always been into body work. I've always been into cars. I have built cars. I have lowered cars, raised cars. I've put motors in cars. The only thing I have not done, I even bought, panels, new front clip on a car before, and redone it all and painted it. But I never went out and bought sheet metal and made my own rocker panels, my own patch panels and all that stuff. I never done that. I was always too scared to. So I started working with this Kia a year ago. I started working with it. Put it in the garage. I started working with it. I started getting more confidence in myself. But the thing is, all those patch panels I have put in here, they are metal. But the thing is, it's just pieces that I had laying around the garage that I have cut off of a hood, or I chopped up a fender, or, for an example, all those holes I pointed back there in the very back of the Kia, all those holes back there in the tailgate that we're going to close in, it's literally made out of washer and dryer sides. I had an old washer and dryer in my basement. I pulled it out. I cut it up, and those are the patch panels right there. Perfect. They're not too thick. They're not too thin. They are perfect. I can still bend it. I can still work with it. Patch panels. So, with this channel that I have made, is you can use to work on a vehicle. You don't need to go out and buy rocker panels. You don't need to go out and buy cab corners. You don't need to go out and buy new skin for a door. You don't need to do all that. If you have enough confidence in yourself, cut the old shit out and weld you in a nice piece of patch panel right there. Perfect. Now on the back of the tailgate, I'm using aluminum. Well, it's kind of like aluminum, but it's a steel, but it's a little thicker, a little more durable, and it won't rust. And that's what I'm going to use right there. That's what that is. That, I should have enough to fill in all 3 holes on the tailgate. Now this here, the dryer, the side of a washer or dryer, I can't remember what it was, but it is the washer and dryer. I can prove it to you. Right there. There's the washer. Like I said, I tore it down. Here's the panels I cut. Right there. I cut it out. Cut it out. I cut it out. So, and that's what that stuff is right there. That's where I cut, you know. And these here, I'm going to cut down. One's going to go for this door here. After I cut this bad section out, one piece is going to go there. And then the other pieces will fill in where the tail lights are. And I'm just going to form it in there. And then I'm going to drill holes, and it's going to be a plate. That's all what it is. So, like I said, if there is a vehicle out there that you are working on, that you are wanting to get back on the road and drive it. You don't want a show car, you don't want anything, but you bought a car, it runs great, but the body is rough on it, and you want to keep driving it, but at the same time you want to fix it up while you're driving it. And I know there's a lot of young kids out there who is in my position where money is tight right now for everybody. Money is very, very tight for everybody. So if you can find you some sheet metal laying around the garage or laying around your property, use it. Use it. Like I said, this patch panel here, this patch panel, it's on the skin of the door. That is literally off of a Malibu. I think I forget what year Malibu, but it's the square body Malibu. But it is a skin of a piece of the skin of a hood of a Malibu. Right there. Just like this rocker panel here. This rocker panel down through here, that is literally, I cut out. I literally can put my hand up in there and touch the bottom of the floor, and I put an inner rocker and I put the outer rocker. I made 2 panels, inner and outer. And I pretty much used, I worked at a factory. It dealt with sheet metal. They was throwing scraps away. They made exhaust pipes, all different kinds, exhaust tips, exhaust pipe, mufflers, all kinds of different stuff. Truck mirrors, like semi-truck mirrors. So they use like a certain kind of material before it goes, a certain type of metal before it becomes chrome, like this. Before it becomes chrome, it almost looks like that, but it's actually metal, sheet metal. So that's, you know, they was throwing it away. I asked my boss, hey, can I have some of that? Yeah, sure, take it. So I took some home and used it. Everything that has been patched on this vehicle has been free except for the gas tank. The gas tank and the gas lines, those are the only things I bought for this vehicle to patch it. That's it. That's the only thing I bought. Everything else is patched. The body's been patched. There's a couple pieces of the frame that was patched in the very back that I had steel laying around, and I cut out part of the frame and welded a new piece in, so that way it'd be more solid, more durable, and where you can drive it, and I know it's not going to break. So just that kinds of stuff. So what I'm trying to tell everybody is, if you put your mind to it, you can do it. And if you don't believe me, go watch Bad Chad. Go over to his channel, check him out. Go watch Bad Chad. He that's where I learned it from. I learned it from him. But starting probably either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to do a video of me cutting this stuff up, getting it formed and ready to go for the taillights to cover all those wires up. Gas tank's done. All what I got to do is run the wire through the hole I cut, because here's the panel. This is the panel. It went over top. The wires went down through, and then yeah, it just sat on top. The hole is getting covered up. The hole will get a new piece welded in there, and then it's going to sit down on top. That way, if I ever need to change the fuel pump out, I have a door to change the fuel pump out. So the wires for the fuel pump will run down underneath the carpet and through that hole and underneath the body. The carpet that I cut out to put this section in, we are going to put that carpet right back on, and then I'm going to seal the carpet, so that way you can still pull the carpet up. I still got to sweep everything out, but you can yeah, everything's getting sprayed back down on the floor, and then the carpet's going to go back down. So I'm going to undercoat the floor, soundproof the floor, and then we're going to lay the carpet back over and be done with it. And then maybe here in the next year or in a couple years, maybe I might have a house by then with a nice shop where I can pull the body off of the frame and restore it from ground up. That's my goal, to restore this and make something cool as hell out of this, and kind of like build something out of it. I don't know what I'm going to build yet, but I'm thinking about building something cool. I was thinking about pulling the engine, putting a 305 down in it, and just having a good, maybe jacked up toy to play with or something, since it's 4-wheel drive. I don't know. But anyways, guys, if you guys want to see me actually doing the work, stay tuned. I will have a video up and posted in the next few days of me doing the work. And always remember, man, just if you have an idea in your head and you can get it down on paper and you can transfer it from the paper to a vehicle, do it. Do it. Put your mind to it. You can do anything. That being said, Joker 1014's out. You guys have a good evening and have a happy and safe new year. Peace.